Hi everyone, this is Catherine Chandler. Today I want to talk to you about setting expectations for effective learning. One of the important things that we do at Arrowhead Elementary School is that we have a belief that all kids should know what's expected of them at every point during the day. So today I want to talk to you guys about how to set those same expectations at home to make sure that their learning environment is conducive to productivity and effective learning. I want to start off by reading a quote. It says, "Children are not born with an understanding of the expectations of acceptable behavior. They have to learn them, and they need an adult's help to do this." So basically, what that quote means is that we can't assume that kids know what's expected of them. We need to explicitly tell them what we want from them and what it should look like, sound like, and feel like at different points during the day so that they can rise to the occasion and meet those expectations. So we want to make those expectations clear to them before they start working. One thing that we do at Arrowhead is we make sure that students can see the expectations. We have them written down and they're visible at every single point of the day. We don't want to give them any room to forget what they're expected to do. So by having it visually stated in the classroom, it kind of holds them accountable to following those expectations. Those expectations are clear and consistent. So the expectations for a whole group lesson on Monday are the same expectations for a whole group lesson on Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, every day. So you want them to be clear and consistent. You want to say exactly what you're expecting of them. You don't want the language to be confusing. You want it to be very, very specific so that kids know, again, exactly what they're supposed to be doing. One way that you can think about this is by answering the questions, what does it look like, sound like, and feel like? So if you're asking your child to be respectful, you would think, well, what does respect look like? What will they be doing? What does it sound like? What things should they be saying? And what does it feel like? So what would respect feel like if the child is being respectful? How would they feel? And how would other people feel if they're being respectful? The three words that we focus on at Arrowhead are respectful, responsible, and safe. When students show those three things, we call that showing the chief way, and you're free to use that verbiage at home too. What we do is we review the expectations together for the chief way at the beginning of every single day. Now that sounds repetitive, but reviewing them every single day keeps it fresh in the students' minds, and it helps them to remember what they're expected to do during independent stations and during reading time, during math time, and it again holds them accountable to knowing what they're supposed to be doing and following through on that. I have an example on this slide of what it looks like when I visually post my expectations. Initially, this looks like a lot, but once I explain it, it'll kind of make more sense. We have, I can show the chief way. We have safe, responsible, and respectful. We have what safety would look like on the whole group carpet. So they kind of meet in the middle. What safety looks like on the small group in small group sessions, what independent and partner work looks like, and what it looks like on the Chromebook. So if you want to know what responsibility looks like in the teacher group and small group, you'll go down and you would see that they need to sit next to on-task people and listen for directions. If you would want to know what safety with the Chromebook looks like, you would think to go over here and look, and it says you would carry it with 2 hands and you would put your Chromebook on a desk if you walk away. So these are very specific expectations so that kids know exactly what they're supposed to be doing at all times. This explains what they should be doing with their bodies, how they should be speaking, what they should be doing with their materials, where their attention should be directed during lessons, where they should be seated, and what they should do if they need help, among other things. Now, creating this does look a little overwhelming. I definitely acknowledge that. So I've created something that you could use at home if you chose to do expectations like this. You could say respectful, responsible, and safe when I'm working or when I'm frustrated, because I've gotten some feedback that we're either working and it's going well, or we get frustrated. So there's 2 different parts that are seemingly happening in a lot of cases. So you might think, how am I respectful when I'm working? I will stay focused on my work so my siblings can stay focused on their work. Now that's if they have siblings, because I know a lot of our students have siblings who are trying to work at the same time. You might think, what does responsibility look like when I'm working? I will share assignments with my teachers. I will check off my assignments when they're done. That's if you're using a checklist. And I will follow all directions carefully. Safety when I'm working looks like I will stay on safe websites, and I will make sure that an adult can see my computer screen. That's something that we implement at school a lot, is I tell the students that no matter where I am in the room, they should ensure that their screens are facing me so that I can see what they're working on. So you could do that at home too. Respectfulness when I'm frustrated means I will ask for help when I need it, and I will wait patiently for my teacher or my parent to help me. This one's important because I know that you're not readily available at every second when they need help. So students need to know that they need to wait patiently for you to help them, or for one of us to reach back out to them and help them if they're frustrated. Responsibility if they're frustrated looks like if I am stuck, I will work on another assignment until someone can come help me, and I will do a calming activity to help me relax. Side note is that Miss West, our guidance counselor or our school counselor, Miss McGovern, they have posted some activities on their Schoology page that can help if students are frustrated. Safety when I'm frustrated looks like I will use my words and not my body to tell others that I need help. So this is just a little, we call this a matrix that can help you set some expectations. If this seems like a lot for you, I mean, you honestly can just write it out on a piece of paper. This is what's expected of you. I will follow my checklist. I will speak kindly to the people in my house. I will take a break when I need it. Stuff like that. I mean, it can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. This is just a model of how we do it at Arrowhead, but there's not one specific way on how to do it. As long as you're just making sure that you write it down for them so they can see it and that you review it together. Another good thing is having them make it with you. So at Arrowhead, when we do matrices like this, the kids make it with us. So I would say, well, what do you think respect looks like when we're working? And generally they'll say, I'll do my work so that my other friends can do their work. So they take ownership of it when they help make it. But as long as you have it posted, as long as it's clear, that the students know exactly what's expected of them. And as long as it's consistent, then there's really no way to do it wrong. Another thing that you can do, and this is kind of a separate section really quick, is setting goals. This is another thing that we do at Arrowhead that's really helpful. Again, can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. Goal setting is a powerful tool that can help focus students on a certain type of behavior or a certain type of academic standard that you want them to accomplish. So I just give a simple template. Today I will show blank by blank. They can write it down or they can just say it to you. You could say, today I will show respect by saying please and thank you. Today I will show responsibility by following directions carefully. Or today I will show safety by using my hands kindly when working with my brother and sister. You could also say things like, today I will make progress on addition by showing my strategies every single time. It can be very, very simple. Another thing that you might want to think about are their rewards and consequences if students meet those goals or if they just follow the expectations. So you would want to think, what are the positive consequences for following expectations and what are the negative consequences for following expectations? Positive consequences would be like if you finish all of your work when you're supposed to, we'll play a game or we'll go on our walk or we'll do your favorite activity. I have other ideas in this link right here that says other free incentives because I'm all about the free ones. I'm not about spending money. In our classroom, we don't really do a lot of tangible rewards. We don't do a lot of candy and a lot of toys. They're more experiential stuff like us taking a break together or doing extra 5 minutes of recess, stuff like that. Stuff that's not going to cost money and that will allow us to do something together. You would also want to think about what are the negative consequences for not following expectations. Generally, that's a loss of privilege. So they might lose something, lose out on something that they don't want to lose. And then there's logical consequences, like it just takes a lot longer to get the work done if they don't follow the expectations. So these are really helpful, offering those rewards and positive and negative consequences to students really helps motivate them to follow those expectations. I know that this may be new to some people, it might not be, but I just hope that this offers some help and maybe a little bit of structure to how you can set up your day at home. And I hope that it helps make your learning environment more productive and more effective. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Otherwise, I hope that you learned something new and I hope you have a great day.